Hi, my name's Juliet. Today and in the next video, I'm discussing my experience when compiling a more complex non-fiction book, ebook and paperback, in Scrivener 3 for Windows. These videos explain the practicalities and problems I've come up against. My philosophy, that sounds a bit grand, but I'm going with it, is that when you create a Scrivener project, you should format for the ebook rather than the paperback, because you can easily change the paperback afterwards in Microsoft Word. It's more difficult to change the ebook. There is software out there, but that just complicates the process. Today, the ebook. I'll be chopping and changing a lot in this video. If you're putting some of your subtitles directly in your text, as I have here, you want them left aligned. Don't just leave them as is. All the text in a document is left aligned in the editor, but when you compile, that will become justified, and you may find some of your titles get stretched, which is ugly. To get round this, instead of using preserved formatting, which has some issues, create a title, highlight it, and open up the Styles panel, and make this into a left-aligned style. The left-aligned format will override any standard formatting in Compile. One thing I didn't do, which had implications later, was to change the line spacing. Hold that thought for the paperback video. With all styles you create, make sure you have font family deselected. You'll probably want font size deselected for most things too. The best way to create centered text is to use the centered style that already exists, because this automatically takes away the indent, which will throw your centering off. In a previous video, I discussed how the Scrivener options in the menu for lines across the page didn't work well in ebooks. I have found a solution. Open up the character map under Edit and Writing Tools and search for these two lines. One is above the center line and the other below. These will make a line that does not change when compiled and will be exactly what you want to enclose some text. This one won't be relevant to many, but if you actually want strike-through text in your compiled document, you'll need to make a style for that too. I wanted this title struck out, but when I compiled it without creating a style, it didn't work. So for anything unusual, create a style. In a previous video, I talked about simplifying structure by putting text into your folder text boxes. There is one issue with this. It doesn't recognise the text as being a first paragraph, unless there's a return before it, and therefore indents the text. I couldn't find any way around this in Compile, so I went back to Styles and created a no indent style, which works. One thing to remember here is don't force the justification. That's a compile function, and will affect what readers can do with their ebook. I've left the worst one till last, the thorny subject of bullet points. I thought I'd found a solution to this one, but it's like the preserve formatting issue. When you go out of the document and back in again, all is lost. So first up, if you use EPUB 2, your bullets should work fine. Only problem with this is that the EPUB 2 document is significantly inferior to the EPUB 3 version. This doesn't, however, translate to the Mobi when converted. That still looks good. So if you're only publishing on Amazon, that may be the way to go. However, with EPUB 3, I cannot get them to work properly across the board. I needed to find another solution. I've put those lines top and bottom to define the list, and put in manual bullets from the character map for each point. This won't work for everyone, but it's good enough for what I'm doing. I'm not finished with this book, so I may discover more things, but that's all for now. Thanks for watching, and if you've subscribed, I'll see you again next time.